What up, YouTube? It's JR. Whoo! Back up in here. Hey, I've been hearing a little talk about this Nas versus Jim Jones thing and how Jim Jones says he's better rapper than Nas. Um, I don't really agree on that, but I want to see for myself what was really said on this topic. So I found the video where all this sparked up all this controversy. So I'm gonna go ahead and check it out with y'all, and then let y'all know what I think, and see if you guys agree, and let me know what y'all opinion and what you guys think about this whole situation. So let's go. Let's get this video started. This whole Joe and Jada thing, I'm digging what they got going on. It's pretty cool. I've been keeping up with their podcast whenever I can. So besides that, let's go ahead and get this party started.
Saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
Yeah, that's my young boy.
big hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying, Nas is like a god.
In my era too.
Mine too.
Let me
Nas,
that young
Jay-Z,
kid out. Let me.
He was young, and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
By the way, Pac is my favorite rapper of all time. Can't convince me any other way over Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, all of them. But yeah, Nas was one of them that was talked about. I just had to throw that in there.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade. Yes. So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We're talking about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old, that goes to show the part of the era that he's in, that I came into light and started going crazy, that these kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's born in 03.
Not all of them. Some of them know. But
you know what I mean?
A lot of them don't.
Yes.
But
yeah.
It's the era.
Some music.
Nah.
Some kids that.
Okay, I see where this is going. Well, it seemed like it's just someone's opinion. It's not really. It doesn't seem like it's like Jim Jones saying he's a better rapper. Or they saying he's a better rapper than Nas. It's more of their opinion, and I agree. Different eras, people don't know about the Nas days, and if you younger, you're gonna know more about and hear about Jim Jones with the social media and all that. Because I know Nas ain't even in the media and social media all like that. So yeah, that's that young person's point of view. You know what I mean? There's people out there that's gonna say 6ix9ine is their favorite rapper and they better than Biggie and Pac and all that. It's just so that I guess it's kind of, this is all blown out of context, and Jim Jones is not really saying he's a better rapper. It's just that it's a new generation and the younger kids follow whatever the new wave is, and Jim Jones has been on the newer wave. So yeah, but let's see what else they got to talk about.
No, I love that.
There's some kids that love hip hop.
20, so I mean,
but he's your son.
He's your son.
He's your son.
No, but he knows.
My son can't tell you one Nas record. You heard? Like, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but
like, let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck, because
about to
bring
get
it
serious.
up.
You got them
there
took
must
them
be
shades
some
off.
type of misconception or what's that word? When it comes to
Communication.
Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers.
We made him take the darkies off.
A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget, I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries, then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody, but I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to
Sounds like he's getting a little emotional. He's kind of going on a rant. He wants that respect. You know what I mean? He just kind of like, you could tell in his demeanor that he wants that credibility too. He wants to be great. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be great. I don't consider Jim Jones like a legend in this rap game as far as like lyricism and stuff like that. I mean, you know, he's an entertainer. Yeah, his music, you bounce to his music and all that. You could, you know, vibe to his music, but we talking about the like legends in this rap game, lyricism and all that. I don't think Jim Jones come close to that. Yeah, he did some in the game, in the rap game, in the hip hop world, you know, fashion and all that. But what I was thinking we was gonna get into talking about like they rap skills. But it seems like Jim Jones has a little chip on his shoulder. So let's get back to it.
Oh, no, I want to go there.
Hold on.
I want to go down the line now, because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
yes. Let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically, because when people be like,
I feel the same way. We all feel the same way.
And forget about the numbers. You heard? My numbers back up.
Let me step up to the forefront. Us in the music of hip hop culture have a problem. Is a thing, and there's nothing. The world goes off numbers, but in hip hop, we don't pay enough homage to those before us the correct way, and sometimes it's even myself. So it gets no other genre of music. Fucking, I don't even know who to use.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, hip hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll's never gonna say that about
hip hop is like basketball. John Morant get on the court with LeBron. He's going to kill LeBron. So this is what this is about.
Any song, any of that shit is murder.
This is what this is about. There's nothing that could. There's never is me. Putting me up against anybody. I'm taking me every time. Every time.
Okay, but let me say something though, Jim. Let me say,
every category,
Jim,
I get busy.
You started off saying you grew up watching Nas. The only problem,
I didn't take that away from
the only situation I'm saying now to you, right? There is no situation.
I always tell people that story.
Kids should worship you.
You fucking started.
No, I'm not doing this. I did not know it was going there.
Mad at you because you're really friends with him.
He gonna be mad at you.
Not me. I don't know him. You heard?
Oh, he's a beautiful guy.
I understand
That's my brother.
No, he's a
but
beautiful guy.
But he gonna be mad at you.
Well, I'm not
bring
mad
my
at
name
me.
up in that conversation, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, but we didn't know all that.
What he do all the time, something he saw on the internet
You're not
that
gonna
he
mention
didn't
me
have to
next to
ask.
nobody. I'm not gonna talk my shit.
You didn't have to do that.
I'm gonna pop mines every time. You heard?
Can we go?
I just told the people you're not doing none of that. And what did he do? He went over there and
yeah, see, he got a chip on his shoulder.
Don't even know about the
audio. Can we talk about? All right. I love this interview, although it was very painful. It was at a tough time. When I seen you, I don't forget where it was at. If it was Hot 97 or something, where you were just saying, "Yo, you a family man. You never made no excuses, even when you went through tough times. You know, you took care of your family. They never knew you was going through tough times." I applaud you with that interview. I feel like that's one of them classic interviews that stands out to me in hip hop music. Do you feel like after that interview now, do you feel like that's what you was talking about? Like, I'm gonna fight my way back to the top and I feel good right now about where I'm at in the world? Because I love that interview.
Well, the interview was just a testament of where I was at the time and the things that I knew I had to do in order for me to progress. And
Think he brought the temperature back down.
I mean,
I don't want to hear that shit. I got you. I'm
I
talking
switch
to
this shit off and on, you heard? I got different characters I gotta play. We talk about the sport and I'm gonna go hard, you heard? We talk about
Yeah, but
successful
let's talk about
But that's how
that interview and the passion you had behind
I
that.
still got the same passion as you can see. You heard? I'm a passionate brother. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I cry a lot of shit like that. I'm very emotional. So when people
Oh, yeah,
talk
we
about
can
me,
tell.
I gotta stand up for me because nobody
We
else
can
will
tell.
stand up for me, as you see.
You get
know?
emotional
I
as
fight
a
all my
mug.
battles on my own. I take losses and I take my wins the same way. You heard? The same smirk, just like this. Yeah, let's get this correct, because and the media stretched it.
Jim Jones give me Game vibes. Game, Jim Jones, they wear their heart in their sleeve, and when they don't agree with people's opinions, they gonna voice it like a mug. They gonna voice it. They gonna cry about it. They gonna rant about it, and they gonna go off. They both, I see them both do that time and time again. Let's get back.
Just so many different ways when they see me get excited. I get excited because I'm a very passionate person. Everybody knows this. And as a man, when you talk about me, I'm always going to pick me first. But as a fan, I'm one of the biggest fans of Nas. I know one of his albums word for word, back and forth. Like, that was my era when I was first coming outside and things like that. Nas had wrote the playbook for how we was running the streets and things like that. He also dressed the way we was running the streets back then and things like that. And not to take nothing away from my Harlem niggas, but Nas had a hold on us and shit like that when we was younger and things like that. The same way Pac had a hold on us. But from New York City, he came with a whole different flavor and a different cadence at the time that was well needed. It switched from what we heard in Big Daddy Kane to a whole nother way of hustlers was talking and rhyming and things like that. And everybody understood that. Like, he would, like, I can never take away anything that he's done in the game. I can't, you heard? And that's not it. But as a competitive man, that's all I'm doing is popping my shit. And this is what hip hop is about. But for the most part, I got no problem with Nas. Shouts to Nas, shouts to all them guys.
Who's
and shit
most
like that.
influenced you now that you said that from growing up artists? Who's been so you could even to this day? Name some artists
Some of the,
that
some of
you
the most
love their
that I love,
music or whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Rakim,
Definitely.
Nas, Big Daddy, KRS One,
No Cool G?
Cool G. I'm going down the line now. I'm going down the line. You're gonna make me go.
Nah, but that's good shit. No.
You know what I mean? Like, and you one of the few people that persevered from the Cool G era to now. Like, that's you did. Like you did. Like, you gotta always remember that. I don't know if you ever sit down and think about that. Like, yo, we've been watching you for a long time and things like that. And put on
LL, Buster, and Fat Joe.
who else?
Got a lot of.
It's a lot of. It's a bro.
For how
I'm a
much
hip hop.
time
I'm a
you
hip
got in
hop.
the
I'm a
game
hip
and how
hop
much
baby. I used to
money you made is
watch Ralph
crazy.
McDaniels.
Okay, that's enough of that. All right, so what I was seeing in social media, through Instagram and all that, was just kind of blown out of context. It really wasn't him saying that he was better than Nas and all that. I mean, he was saying it in a way, but it was just him being competitive. And you know what social media does? They blow shit up and try to, create this beef against each other. So, I mean, in the competitive world, if I'm a rapper, I'm going to say I'm better than the next man too. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. So, yeah, all this is blown out of context from what I was seeing in social media. I thought he was really going in and saying, yeah, I'm better than Nas and my lyrics is better than Nas and I make better songs and all that. But at the end of the day, it's different eras to this shit. So, there's gonna be a new generation of kids that mess with a certain type of music. There's new music that's coming out that I don't mess with, that because I come from a different era. So I could understand how the younger kids fuck with Jim Jones more than they would Nas, because Jim Jones is in the limelight now. He's the one in social media, on TV shows and all that. So I could understand how someone who was born in the early 2000s fuck with Jim Jones more than they would fuck with Nas. I mean, it is what it is. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it was a little, I thought it was more than that. But yeah, as a rapper, as a competitor, as an athlete, I mean, you're supposed to think that you're better than the next man, especially if you're still in the game. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Joe and Jada doing their thing, and this is a cool little interview. But I just had to get a better understanding of what was going on this whole Nas and Jim Jones thing, because when it comes to music and lyricism, I don't think it's really a comparison. Nas is known more of a legend. So let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? This is my opinion. This is how I feel. I don't know. Some of you youngsters might think different than what I think, but some of the people that's around my era, they might be on the same page. But me, it's Pac all day. Pac all day, greatest rapper of all time. Biggie, better than Biggie. Jim Jones, all of them. No comparison. That's it. You can't make me change my mind. Well, anyways, it was fun. But I gotta get out of here. But it was fun. It was cool, and I'll holler at y'all later.